we're really starting to see output focused individuals versus outcome focused individuals. It seems to be intrinsically built into people. You're either output based or you're outcome based.
Ray, please write that down. Outcome based versus output based. That is describing some of my biggest frustrations I have right now.
That's an important piece that we have to solve. We as a world people have to figure out how to get 30% of this population on this journey. It's too great of a loss to take.
So, how would you describe your passion now? It's
It
evolved.
is,
Like I think I understand it, but what is it?
it's creating value.
Okay.
It's that short. I mean, even like I would have never have thought I would have enjoyed writing a book,
Yeah.
but it's not the book and it's not the dollars the book meets. It's the value it creates in others as they read it.
Yeah.
I would never have thought I would have enjoyed being a professor at Jacksonville University. And I fell bass backwards into that role. I was a friend of mine, Matt Berseth, couldn't cover a class and he's like, "Hey, you'd be perfect. Go do this." I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be good at this." Love it. Seeing the value it creates for those students in that class, love it.
Yeah.
So it's an addiction. There could be a problem with it,
Yeah.
but it is an addiction to the creation of value. It has to have real, tangible value.
I would almost argue to say that almost everyone should be passionate about that, because I think if you strip away the accolades and you strip away the money, at the end of the day, I think again, maybe I'm naive because I completely relate to what you're saying, is that you when you add value to somebody's life in the biggest or smallest way, or a business in the biggest or smallest way, it's very satisfying for me. So
Same.
I assume everyone is like that, but maybe that's a bad assumption.
I've met quite a few people who get plenty of satisfaction. Artists are this way. I just paint. I just create. There's my passion. That's what happens with that. If someone else gets an emotional evoke, I don't worry about that. I just do that thing. I do not understand those folks. I
Yeah.
don't see how they can get satisfaction from just having created the thing. To me, I'm more interested in the outcome than the output. And we're really starting to see output focused individuals versus outcome focused individuals. So if you're saying you're resonating with this concept, you're probably outcome focused rather than output focused. To me, that is becoming a hard dividing line with AI. We're seeing the churn rate isn't because everyone can't be these AI stewards and really operate well within the next epoch of what work is going to be. It's just their entire identity is tied to the output rather than tying their identity to the outcome. And it's going to be difficult for them to make that leap. I'm seeing about a 30% standard churn rate, not because they can't, because they won't. Is this thing is now doing the job that I identify my self-worth with, and it is causing me a little heartache. I'm trying to figure out how to build that bridge, but it seems to be intrinsically built into people. You're either output based or you're outcome based. There doesn't seem a lot of in between. We'll see, but it is a
I
nervousness for me.
am gonna write that down. Ray, please write that down. Outcome based versus output based. That is describing some of my biggest frustrations I have right now.
I don't mean to pick at it. I'm just telling you
No,
what I'm
no,
seeing.
but it's. Sorry, we're probably going to digress now. Let me know if I'm digressing. But it's a human problem that I'm experiencing right now, and I find in my own business that our teams are becoming much more output based as opposed to outcome
Mm,
based. Um,
mm.
and I'm really trying to figure out why that is the case, because our company is evolving and not necessarily evolving into the right place. And we're trying to now, at least we recognize that, which is a positive thing. And I think you describing that or giving me that little statement helps me articulate the problem internally a little bit more effectively. So I appreciate that. Thank you. If anything,
If
I've got
you
something.
figure out how to shift that, please tell me.
Yeah.
Because when you look at where AI is going in businesses, and we're beginning to really start to see the pattern on how to get value out of this thing. I would say the entire industry has been tripping for a year and a half, spending a ton of money and getting no value out of it. But once you realize that AI's domain is the output, and the easier way to really put your head around this is to take AI and set it to the side for a second and look at rapid prototyping, 3D printers, for example. They have created a scenario where the output is worth zero. It's the pattern, the guy that can create the pattern to print anything. That's the outcome value. I
Yes.
can create any number of those things, put it in this machine, and it'll create hundreds of outputs that aren't really worth a lot. It's the ability to produce that. AI is doing that across all facets of
Yeah.
business, every bit of it. And we're delegating to the AI the output, and the human needs to focus on the outcomes, drive a number of these orchestrator agents to get clean output, right? Driving to that. So it's the same. I keep going back to the 3D printer because you have to clean the heads, you have to make sure the bay's right. You have to, all those things is kind of the analogous of the steward that is managing the machine to ensure that its outputs are correct, clean, good. And the fact that it's not a physical limitation, it's an identity problem. And so I keep coming back to what I'm doing with our karma is that's a digital workforce challenge. It's a transformation challenge, but it's hard to lead someone to the right answer if they don't want to go there. Right? It's most of digital transformations are they don't know how to get there, but they want to. This is the first time I've encountered a group going, I'm not interested in that at all. You're stealing. I just spent the last, and you can blame our education system on it because our whole education system builds cogs for
Yes.
businesses to have someone do repeatable output, consistent and excellence. And it's no surprise that some of us would tie our identity and self-worth to that thing. I get it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a shock to the system because the AI steward, in my view, the ones that are going to shift to outcome, it's an experiential role. The ones that will rise above are the ones that have great experience that can look at the output and just they don't know the necessary answer, but they can see it's askew. It's
Yeah.
skewed right, skewed left, something's that requires experience to see it. If you've ever gone into a wood yard or manufacturing a business, those guys get so good at it. I saw a guy on a scale that was looking at the back of, a bunch of logs on it and trying to calculate with his thumb how many thousand board feet there were. And he would get within a couple of hundred
Wow.
board feet by looking at the cat faces and weird names on the back of that. That takes experience.
Yeah.
But for him to articulate how he does that, you
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You'd almost have to train on it, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to lose a ton of valuable experience for no other reason than how they identify their self-worth. And to me, that's an important piece that we have to solve. We as a world people have to figure out how to get 30% of this population on this journey because I think it's too great of a loss to take.